an ADOS dude. There was an ADOS dude named Bill something. Bill the Icon.
Bring up all the dirty laundry.
I believe the shooter's name is Salvador Ramos. Apparently, he took cover from the story. We'll get into it. Apparently, he took cover in an elementary school in small town, Uvalde, Texas, as he was evading capture from police. Again, as the narrative has been relayed, he began shooting at people who were actually coming to check on him as he had crashed his vehicle, and then he took cover in the school. When it was all said and done, they're saying that 21 were killed, around 18, 19 school children, and I think maybe 2 to 3 adults. Let's go ahead and get into this story. This was probably one of the most up-to-date stories. So let's see what they have to say about the mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Salvador Ramos.
Breaking news tonight, a shooting at an elementary school in Texas leaves 18 children, second, third, and fourth graders dead, as well as 2 adults, as well as the suspect. It is the deadliest school shooting in Texas history and the deadliest since the Sandy Hook shooting almost a decade ago.
All of this unfolding at Robb Elementary School in the small town of Uvalde, Texas this morning at about 10:30. That town is about 70 miles just north of the U.S.-Mexico border, 80 miles west of San Antonio. We've also learned that the 18-year-old shooter is dead, apparently killed by police responding to that shooting.
Now, the video you're looking at shows parents at a civic center in the town of Uvalde where they were given information about their children. President Biden addressing the nation just a short while ago, and his remarks very personal.
To lose a child is like having a piece of your soul ripped away. There's a hollowness in your chest. You feel like you're being sucked into it and never going to be able to get out. Suffocating.
The flag at the White House was lowered to half staff after the school shooting in Texas, and President Biden has ordered flags on all federal buildings nationwide to be lowered as well.
I want to get into this other story. This was a little earlier. At the time of this story was reported, the death toll was 14 students and 1 teacher, but they offered a little more information as far as, circumstances leading up to him attacking the elementary school.
We're going to actually bring back independent journalist Ali Bradley, who was live on the scene, to join us in this discussion. So, Ali, tell us again what you've seen so far since you've been there. I know you said you arrived shortly after this happened.
Yes, you're exactly right. As soon as I arrived on scene, we were actually very, very close to where the school shooting took place. I think you guys have some images of the vehicle as well. So what I can tell you here is that this 18-year-old was actually a murder suspect, and there was a bolo out for his vehicle, which is why the pursuit started in the first place. It ended here near the...
So they're saying he was a murder suspect, and I'm wondering if that was for the murder of his grandmother. Reports are saying that he took the life of his grandmother prior to the shooting at the school. So let's see if they say who he was wanted for murdering.
Elementary school, and then they actually he ended up running into the elementary school. And when police officers and Border Patrol and other agencies arrived on scene, they found loaded magazines, AR-style magazines, on scene outside of the elementary school. They also found loaded ammunition and guns inside of the vehicle as well. As you mentioned, he killed at least 15 people. He himself is dead. He shot his grandmother as well. Now, I can tell you, I just got confirmation from a very credible source saying that a BORTAC agent, which is the SWAT arm, basically, of Border Patrol is the person who was able to take down that shooter and ultimately end his life and end that shooting spree as well.
All right, so this was not, this shooter then did not take his own life, from what we're learning. Allie, can you tell us what time did this all start? Because as you said, the suspected gunman was the subject of a bolo, be on the lookout.
So again, he was a murder.
Emotions are definitely running high on the scene, as you can see. Some parents, more than likely, very heated exchange. Well, really not an exchange, but they were definitely having some heated words for those officers that were standing there. Understandably so. You can imagine, only imagine, leaving your kids at school where you think that, they're safe while you go to work or do whatever it is you have to do. You never think that something like this might happen. So I can definitely understand and appreciate how they might be feeling in that moment.
Suspect that they were looking for. So when this pursuit began, what time is it now? 4 o'clock. This was about 4 hours ago. Let me look at my information here to give you an exact time. So at 11:40 this morning is when they actually got the active shooter via communication, and I'm looking at a breakdown of their timeline right now that I got from, again, a very credible source here on the ground. And they deployed several units within moments between with U.S. Border Patrol, Texas DPS, which is the Department of Public Safety. DPS's SWAT team was also dispatched, and so was the air team as well through DPS. So multiple agencies arrived here. They were dispatched within 5 minutes of the first communication that this was going on. At about 12:11, there were more medics requested, and that's when they were doing the rounds around the school and found multiple AR-style fully loaded magazines near the building. Students were evacuated. They were taken to the Civic Center. Now, I can tell you, one of my sources, who's a Border Patrol agent, has a student that goes to the school, a third grader, and we didn't know if he was safe for hours. It was a really, really scary scene for the mother. Hopefully she is, okay. She's very shaken up right now, but she's waiting for her other student to be released from school because all of the surrounding schools were also on lockdown.
Now, Allie, do we have the students at Robb Elementary specifically? I know you said it has an enrollment of about 1,600. Have those students been reunited with their families at this point?
From what I understand, most of them at this juncture have. Again, they were removed from the school and taken to the Civic Center. Some of them, like I said, they were, my agent was able to be reunited with their son. So for the most part, I think these families have since been reunited, but I don't have full confirmation that every single family member knows the location of their child right now.
So there you have it, some of the latest updates regarding the Texas school shooting. Again, the suspect's name was Salvador Ramos, an 18-year-old, akin to the Buffalo mass shooter, Peyton Gendry, another 18-year-old. I was actually working on a short piece on Peyton Gendry. And then this occurred, so I just wanted to go ahead and put some information out on the wire. We'll be paying close attention to this story as well, and hopefully I'll get around to the Peyton Gendry story in the next couple of days. But thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. That really does help get my videos some algorithm love. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out some of my content. I'm sure there is more than plenty of content that you might find interesting. And most importantly, share this to your social media. Share these videos to your social media. You can also become a member to the channel. So that is also an option. But thanks for tuning in. It's your man online, Bill Money. I'll see you on the other side.